I'm back with another album review. Today's review is on the Teal album from Weezer. This is the 12th studio album from Weezer, their fifth self-titled album, and their first album consisting entirely of covers. The album was recorded in 2018 at the Steakhouse Studio in The Village. It was self-produced with help from Mark Rankin, who also mixed and engineered the album. The vocals are produced and engineered by Susie Shin. It was mastered by Eric Ballinger. The album was released on January 24th, 2019 on Atlantic Records and Crush Music. It was initially released digitally, followed by a physical release on March 8th of the same year. What's strange is that this album was released without any prior announcement for some reason. After the release of Pacific Daydream, an online campaign was launched by fans to get Weezer to cover the song Africa by Toto. Speaking of which, let's talk about the songs. Yes, I have listened to the original versions of each of these songs long before listening to the entire album. The first song is Africa, which was released as a single on May 29th, 2018. As I stated earlier, this is a cover of the song by Toto. Sometime before releasing this cover, Weezer released a cover of the Toto song Rosanna, which ended up being a B-side to the Africa single. A music video was made, and I'm including a link in the description. What's really awesome is that Weird Al is in the video, and he is the GOAT when it comes to music parodies. After that is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. The original version was made by Tears for Fears. I have actually heard the original version at my store a number of times, and Weezer absolutely killed it with this cover. The band Three Teeth later covered this song on their album End X in 2023. More on that in a future video. The next track is Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. This is a cover of the song by Eurythmics, and I've heard the original version a number of times. Next up is Take On Me, which is an Aha cover. I can honestly say that this cover is another home run. A music video was made, and there's a link in the description. What's interesting is that the animation of the video was done in the same style as that of the video for the original version. Up next is Happy Together, which is a cover of the song by The Turtles. Weezer were absolutely spot on when recording this cover. That's followed up by Paranoid, which is a Black Sabbath cover. I think it's fucking awesome hearing Weezer cover a Black Sabbath song, because Black Sabbath is one of the greatest metal bands of all time. What's interesting is that this is the only song on this album where Brian Bell is on lead vocals. We have followed that up with Mr. Blue Sky. The original version was made by Electric Light Orchestra, and it's actually their most popular song. One time the original version was being played on my store's radio, I went up to one of my supervisors and brought up the fact that Weezer covered this song on this album. The following track is No Scrubs. The original version was made by TLC. I think the original version is alright, but I'm biased towards Weezer's cover. The second to last track is Billie Jean, which is a Michael Jackson cover. Chris Cornell covered this song on his second solo album, Carry On, from 2007. I know this is a hot take, but I think Weezer's cover is even better. The final track is Stand By Me. The original version is made by Ben E. King, and I think this is a good cover. While researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200, and number 1 on the US top rock albums. This is surprising because there was no prior announcement for this album. Then again, Weezer have been mainstream since the 90s, and they're still very popular to this very day. As for the critics, they mostly gave the album mixed reviews since it has a 58 on Metacritic. Glide Magazine and Now didn't like it, and both those publications are full of shit. Now for my thoughts. I know this is a hot take, but I think this is one of the best albums from Weezer. It's interesting hearing these guys venture into synth pop and yacht rock for once, not just alternative pop rock and power pop. Every single cover on this album is a home run. I'm not sure why this album was a surprise release, but still turned out great regardless. Overall, I highly recommend it. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to the Teal album? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? What are your thoughts on Weezer making a covers album? What other songs do you think they should have covered? Do you think they should make another covers album? And let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another video.